you believe in the commentator's curse?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is F1 Tonight Netherlands, Season 7, round number 12, the Hungarian Grand Prix. I'm your host, Daniel Hazzah, Burt, and joining me very, very soon, once the update completes, of course, the magnificent, the always fantastic Adrian Stats Rich. But he'll be here very shortly, just after, as I said, an update processes. Until then, you've got me. So let's have a look at the drivers' standings following Germany last time out. Very exciting race. Hopefully we'll get the same tonight. So leading the way still, Nicky Visser tops the tables with 204 points for Toro Rosso, but right behind him, it's Boy Williamson in the Ferrari, 203 points, just 1 point in it between those two championship contenders at the moment. For Ferrari, that's Boy Williamson in second place. Then it's Sildovic on 116 points for McLaren, he's third. Then we've got Damien Hartman for Alfa Romeo in fourth. Vazden Brain also in the Alfa Romeo, he's P5. Sander Hermans sixth for Ferrari. John Donkel for Toro Rosso is seventh. Marcel Droning for Red Bull eighth. Guido Urshan in the Red Bull also is 9th. Ari Kopp still in P10 for the Williams team. Then it's Aston Eaglemere up 3 places for Racing Point in 11th with 20 points. Nisham Andersing also moving up the table a bit there. P12 for him. He's got 16 points. Paul Correa on 11 there. He's 13th. Mark Strappers in the Renault 14th. Niels Ekman up 3 places as well after a good result last week. He's on 7 points for Haas. And of course, the rest of these guys here all falling down 1 place because of that. So Martin Pardy Cooper in the Williams is 16th. Peter Phillip in the Renault, 17th. Brady Bavane in the Haas, 18th. Miguel Torney in the Mercedes, 19. And Kuhn Skipper's there in the Racing Point, P20. Almost forgot his name. But we brought it back in the end. So it's all nip and tuck right at the top, isn't it? 1 point between those guys fighting out for the championship at the moment. Very, very close, and expect today's race to mirror that as well. Hopefully have a good battle between those guys. And then again, as it is every week, we say that get the same bit of dialogue, but that's because it just is so close up and down these two halves of the field here. Damien Hart and Vazden Brain, obviously 2 points between those guys and their teammates. Zander Hermans only 19 points ahead of John Donkel there. Marcel Droning, Guido Urshan in the mix. And then Ari Kopp now starting to be caught up by Aston Eaglemere and the rest of the group down the sort of second half of the field there. And it's all to play for, really. A good points finish can see you move quite some distance in the table at the moment. Let's have a look then at the Constructors' Championship. And it's Ferrari, the new boys on the block, on top. They're first place with 292 points. And that puts Toro Rosso down 1 place. They're on 274, they're second. Then it is Alfa Romeo third with 208 points. McLaren fourth with 132. Red Bull in fifth with 116. And then it's Williams in sixth with 33 points. Racing Point seventh with 20. They're up 2 places. And Mercedes down 1, still with 11 points. They're 8th. Renault also down a place. They're 9th with 10. And in last is Haas with 8 points. Again, as reflected with the Drivers' Championship, it's sort of a battle of 2 halves here, really. Williams and Haas, that group there, all very close. A lot in it, but not much in it between those guys. Then you've got McLaren, Toro Rosso, McLaren and Red Bull fighting for it there, sort of 4th and 5th. Alfa Romeo are on their own a bit there. Quite a bit of room. It's about 70 points either way to the next team from them, so they've got a bit of space, sort of safety net below them, but a long way to go to get up into the top 2. And then it's really, really close. Less than 20 points between the top two, as we've seen most of the season here. So expect that to potentially change again after today. We'll see how the results turn out. Let's have a look at the circuit then. Hungaroring in Mogyorod, Hungary. Circuit length of 4.381 kilometers with a race length of 306.63 kilometers and a total number of laps of 70 this evening. Sector 1 then, from the start finish straight all the way up to just before turn 4, takes you around the sort of hairpin there of turn 1. DRS again takes you down to turn 2. That's a downhill left-hander there. Quite a tricky corner there, but very important to get that one right, so it lines you up well for a quick run through turn 3, and then up the hill to that very, very iconic and difficult turn 4. Of course, the scene of Massa's terrible accident back in 2009. But the scene of many, many corner cuts since then, because it's probably the worst corner on the track for cutting that corner. Also for making a ballsy move around the outside, perhaps, of any other driver you can challenge up to the hill there, turn 4. But that then leads you up round, again, another tricky turn 5, that inside curb, big chunky curb. If you get the tyres on that, that can see your car spun out very easily. So you want to be careful around turn 5. Bit of a break then up to turn 6 and 7, that chicane there. Again, chunky curbs. Really tricky to get the car through there without getting the car up off the ground over those curbs. So tricky chicane there. Then this sort of S section here through 8 to turn 11. Almost Japan-esque in its style, but actually more it's quite a bit more of a challenge for the drivers here, because it's hard to get the car through here quickly, get the right line through the corners. Definitely is a challenge, turn 8, 9 and 10 especially, turn 11 as well. Very technical second sector, probably the hardest part of this circuit. That fast right-hander that takes you back down the hill again into sector 3. Bit of an easier one here, turn 12 again, standard heavy braking zone there, good overtake spot into 12, then through 13. We saw Alonso Schumacher fight there back in 2006. We'll see how these guys get on in this race today. And then that final corner of turn 14, just as important as any other corner on this track, to get the car shot out of that final corner on a hot lap in quali and try and get the best time you can as you cross the start finish line. The DRS detection zone is just before turn 14. That activates down the start finish straight, and then again from 1 down to 2, and the speed trap just about halfway, or about 2/3 of the way down that main straight. And you get 2 for the price of 1 here again, the same as Canada. So that DRS detection activates before 14, and you get 2 zones from that 1 detection point. So very important to get within that car in front, then to overtake into turn 1 and get a nice gap built down to turn 2 with DRS to assist you. So that's a look at the circuit. Personally, it's one that grows on me. 70 laps is a challenge here for the drivers, so they are going to have a lot to deal with tonight. 70 long, strenuous laps over this very challenging circuit. You can't really take a break anywhere between it except for that start-finish straight. As I said, Sector 2, very, very difficult indeed. The other 2 sectors are a bit easier to deal with, but again, there's still a lot to focus on. Definitely a very focus-intensive race, this one. We'll have a now look at a hot lap from Thomas Cook over in the UK League in his Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he's got to show us. Hopefully it's going to play. Or maybe not. Right, just give me 1 second. We'll get this underway for you. I'll just figure out why that's not having it. Now, how are we looking now? Still nothing. So I don't quite know why that one's not working. What we'll do is we'll cut over to the actual race itself. And actually, do you know why I don't think it's working? I think it's because I've got the slideshow banner over. So we might transition. Let's see if that's going to work now. Hey, there we go. And it's not cut it down like I asked it to, so we're going to sit here and watch him fast forward through a lap very, very quickly. Round turn 14, down the back straight. Here he goes, down the back straight, down the back straight. Round turn 1. I can't even commentate. So fast, round turn 2. Oh yeah, brilliant. Round turn 3, 4, up at turn 4. He's going to get there very shortly. I'm not even going to bother. And round sector 2. Down. Here we go. We're slowing down now. We'll get Adrian in. He's giving me a ring. I'll give him a call back now. So round that final corner, that's so loud in my ears. Down the main straight in, DRS assistance all the way down here. And then here comes Adrian, but into turn 1 then for the Alfa Romeo Thomas Cook. DRS activated again, as we said in the hot lap, the track overview there. Gets that down to turn 2. This tricky downhill left-hander can get a great exit though. That really helps you around turn 3 and to fire you up that hill. So that tricky turn number 4. Get the car to the edge on the right and shoot it in along the apex through the left-hand side. Well, up through turn 5 again. That chunky curb on the inside. I want to give that one a big wide berth because that's going to spin the car off. Then through 6 and 7, the chicane here, you can see those big curves on the inside can really unsettle the car. Nicely held through there. Then through 8 and 9, this tricky complex of sort of medium speed corners here. You want to get the car just line up right at turn 8 really to get you through all of these nicely. Then through 11, that fast right-hander down the hill to turn 12, heavy braking zone, good points for overtaking on this circuit. Nice bit of curb on exit. Then through 12, that nice flowing left-hander, not too much to worry about with the curbs on the inside there. Then through 13 and 14, nice exit out of here to secure a nice quick lap round the Hungaroring. And hello, Adrian. Hazzah! There we go. Oh, you might have to wait a sec because no one can hear you right now. Stand by. We'll get there in just a second. Right. Hang on. Let me figure out why this isn't working. God. I can hear you just fine. It's just they can't hear you right now. Hang on. There you go. That should be a house. Give me a huzzah.
Hazzah!
Hey! Perfect. They can all hear you.
Good to be here. Sorry I'm late, people.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Good to have you here as always.
Thank you very much. I was watching your introduction and your rundown of the championship standings and things, and as you were reading out, I was thinking, there's been no change at all in the top 10 of that.
Yeah.
Of that leaderboard.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of change last week and then nothing this week.
It was very, very close though, wasn't it, between Visser and Williamson? But yeah, Visser's strategy it paid off yet again.
Yeah, absolutely, it did. It might look a bit weird from our point of view, but he always seems to make it work.
Indeed.
Right, there we go. We're all in. Are you in the lobby? Are you in the race?
I am, sir. Yes.
Well, how about you give us a little rundown of who we got with us tonight?
Be my pleasure. So tonight we've got the two racing points, Aston Eaglemeres and Kuhn Skippers. I'll get the difficult ones out of the way first. So we're both here tonight. Sildavit and Nietzsche Mahadra, they're both here representing McLaren. Basden Brian and Damien Hartman, they're both here in the Alfa Romeos. Both drivers failed to finish last week, did they not?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I think that was the first time this season, certainly. But they're both here. Hopefully, I won't have the same thing happen again. Boy Williamson is here along with his teammates on the Hermans in the Ferraris. Nicky Visser, championship leader and season 6 champion, he's here tonight along with John Donkel in the Toro Rossos. Marcel Droening and Guido Erschen, both here as usual in the Red Bulls. Peter Phillips and Mark Stappers in the 2 Renaults. They're both here tonight. Niels Eekma and Barry Deepervane, they're here as well in the Haas cars. Ari Kopp and Martin Parder Cooper has returned to us after a sort of two or three race absence, I believe. It's good to see him racing again. They're both in the Williams. And Paul Correa is the lone Mercedes tonight. Miguel Torni, the only driver not attending. So that's 19 of 20 drivers. That's a very good turnout.
Yeah, it is really, really good. Do we know if is Miguel Torni sort of on a leave of absence at the moment? We haven't seen him for the last few races.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this moment.
Yeah. Hopefully we get him back soon enough. Obviously good to see Martin back again. Hopefully helping Ari Kopp score some more points for Williams.
Indeed.
And, only one driver who gets kicked out of Q1 at the moment, with obviously 3 guys there. I don't know if Paul Corey DNF'd or if he realised he had a back start last minute and decided to retire.
I have been given back start information, but I just haven't given it to you, Dan.
Very good, very good.
Or indeed anyone else. Stand by, myself really passed the information on earlier. 2 back starts tonight. It would have been Miguel Torni and very deep vein.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, Mark Stappers in very deep vein. He's not there, Miguel Torni, and then 2 back starts, Miguel Torni and very deep vein, but it's actually Mark Stappers in very deep vein.
That's good then. We've got so Paul Poiret obviously retiring there, unfortunately, during quali. Simon Hermans will see if he can get his car out on track and try and put a lap time in to get through. I must say, I don't like Q1 so much when there's only one person that drops out, as from a driver's point of view, because I feel like that last kid in school that gets picked last for the team. There's only one person going to go out.
I was going to say, well, yeah, but in this case it's based on ability, but I think in school it's probably also normally based on ability as well. So, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and I've been in that situation many times, both in this and in school.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a pair of ugly ducks commentating on this race.
That's an unfortunate side effect of having back starts in general, because you can have, if you've got sort of 2 or 3, Q1 ends up being a bit of a procession where only 1 or 2 drivers drop out. I mean, sometimes no drivers drop out in Q1, but we'll still run Q1 fully.
Yeah, absolutely.
See the new boys, the racing points 1 and 3 at the moment. I know it is only Q1, but yeah, that's very, very positive from them. In fact, both of those drivers have been very fast since their debut at Britain. Yeah,
they have. Yeah, really, really quick. If we can get Kuhn Skippers a bit more luck in his races, then Racing Point will definitely be jumping further up that constructors' championship, I'm sure. Obviously already up to P6 after last week's performance. Sorry, P7 that is. They're 13 points behind Williams.
Only Guido Urshanow on track at the moment. He doesn't seem like he is on a hot lap. Not faster than his previous in the first sector. Still reasonably quick.
Is that a fake purple in sector 2?
Confirmed, yes. He's 6/10 off of the real purple.
Roger.
Oh, and he's aborted the lap.
Yeah, he got a bit of a bad exit out of turn 12 there. It's slippery. What are your thoughts on this circuit?
Offline, I like it. But when you race against other humans, no, I don't seem to have the pace or the knowledge of how to gain the pace on this circuit. I do enjoy the track, yes, certainly, but I'm just so uncompetitive on it, and I don't know why. So
yeah.
Yeah, but I do love to watch the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's one of my favourite to spectate. And hopefully we'll be, we'll see that reflected here in tonight's race.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Aston Eagle is then set to certainly enjoy this one with a 1:16.5, 5/10 faster than Sildervit in second place. Kuhn Skipper's there in third. Those Racing Point boys still looking strong since Britain when they debuted. Bazden Brain in fourth. Nisha Madhusing for McLaren is fifth. Boyd Williamson in the Ferrari, 6th. Damien Hartmann for Alfa Romeo is 7. Nicky Visser for Toro Rosso, 8. Marcel Journing for Red Bull is 9th. His teammate Guido Urshan in 10th. Peter Phillip is 11th for Renault. Niels Ekman for Haas, 12th. Ari Kopp in the Williams, 13. John Donkel there for Toro Rosso is 14th. And Martin Parley Cooper in the sister Williams is 15th.
One word to describe Aston Eaglemears there. Rapidash.
Pokemon. We'll see what strategies they're going to go for. What's your thought on the best strat for this race?
Yeah, I didn't do very much testing, but I know that the soft tyre doesn't tend to last very many laps in comparison to what it normally does in relation to the other two. I don't expect it to be used very much. It's probably going to be a two-stop. It'll be soft, medium, medium. Mediums will do half the race actually quite easily. So the runners that do actually start on the softs, or indeed the hards, if they do come a cropper in the opening few laps, it's absolutely not the end of the world there, because they, as I say, they can do half the race on the mediums and then the other half on the other set of mediums, so it will still be a two-stop for them. So that is one thing this track does have in their favour.
Let's see who goes for what. It looks like it's sort of medium dominated at the moment. 5-6 drivers there on the soft.
I've actually got a black screen at the moment. Slightly worrying. I may need to reboot.
Okay, no worries. Hopefully that... Can you hear anything, or is it just black darkness?
No, it's just black. I can go back to the dashboard, so I will do that.
Okay. I presume John Donkel leads the way. Yes, he does. Typical Toro Rosso fashion. He'll be the first to complete a hot lap.
This would of course be the last time we will see the Toro Rossos in Hungary, or indeed any Grand Prix this season, as they are no more and will become AlphaTauri next season.
Yeah, indeed. This is a bit of a send-off. These last 9 races. So it comes round the final corner, turn 14. Gets the car unleashed down the main straight here. Bit of a downhill drop there into turn 1. It's long sweeping right-hander. Maybe a bit tricky on the exit of one with that DRS coming into play. Makes the back end a bit loose. And downhill through 4. Sorry, downhill through 3. Uphill. So that's tricky turn 4. Well done there. Up through 5. Again, given that curve on the inside of wide berth. And then through the chicane at 6 and 7. Nicely taken. And then getting in to this windy part of sector 2 here. And the fast right through 11 downhill again, end of sector 2. Into turn 12, can sort of relax here after the hard parts of the lap are done. A bit wide through 13, but won't affect him too badly. Then through 14, a wide entry, so then cut the rest of the corner off there, and then exit down the straight at 1:17.3 for John. It's rather nice. Aston Eagle goes a 1:17.8 on the medium tyre. That's a good time for him as well. His teammate Kuhn Skippers does a 1:17.9. So those boys are fairly well matched on the same tyre.
Medium tyre is about a second slower than the soft tyre on this circuit as well, and then the hard tyre is another second again.
Yeah, Nisha Madison there going 1:16.8 on the soft. So a nice time from him here. I suggest he's got the pace to beat Aston, hopefully. Still struggling to join, are you?
I am, yes.
You're getting the no error.
No, I did. Well, I presume it would have been a no error, but I backed out before it happened. It was taking forever, so I was rebooting.
Okay.
That's what I get for being late. Connection is not secure. Fun fact for you, Dan, while we're waiting for me to, while I'm waiting for me to rejoin. This race actually marks the third anniversary of when I began my commentary on F1 Tonight. Season 4, round 12 in Hungary was the very first time I commentated.
I think actually, it's funny you say that. I think this marks my first anniversary.
Really?
Yeah, I think it does. This is the first race I commentated for F1 Tonight UK back in season 1. I did this, Belgium, missed Italy, Singapore, did Russia, and then I took over NL from Japan. So
must be
Japan,
something about this circuit.
yeah, Japan will be our first full-time NL anniversary. But yeah, this is sort of my first anniversary. Yeah, it's funny actually, both of us having started at Hungary. But yeah, it's sort of my first anniversary commentating for F1 Tonight as well. So pop the champagne open.
Very nervous I was then as well. Didn't know any of the the Dutch names.
Oh yeah. I'm glad I debuted in the UK league.
I refer to everyone as the McLaren driver or the Alfa Romeo driver.
Yeah. Yeah, I must say I felt the same when I had to host Japan for the first time. That was a pretty nerve-wracking experience.
I do hope we don't have any of the same sort of incidents and things that we had in that Grand Prix in season 4. Whereby we had 4 different race leaders and all of them crashed out while in the lead.
Ooh, interesting.
One of which was Boy Williamson. A cat jumped on his wheel and forced him off track. One was it Boy Williamson or was it Damie Hartman? Might have been Damie Hartman, but I'm sure it was Boy. We had Nicky Visser crash as he came into the pit lane, not through his own fault, but by Codemasters deciding that it was going to put a green wall actually across the pit lane entry. So he could not get in. And he just crashed straight into it. Disappeared for drivers behind, but it was certainly there. You could see it on the stream.
Classic. Got that issue at Singapore last year, didn't we, for the NL guys, I think.
Yes, we did, yes. I may need a full system reboot, so I will be AFK for 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, no worries. I'll wait for your call.
You're on Do Not Disturb.
On Skype? No, so I'm on the computer, so I'll answer you on Skype anyway. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Copy.
Alright, see you shortly.
See you soon.
So we'll await Adrian's return shortly, hopefully. Just muscle joining, looks like he got a, I think that must have been an outlap. Baslin Brain though comes across the line with 1:17.7 on the medium tyre there. Good time from him. Suggests he can pit Nishe Mahadra if need be on the soft tyre. As Adrian said, a 1 second deficit between those two. He's got the Red Bulls now to set a lap. Guido Urshan comes round 13. He is on a lap here. Around that final corner, turn 14. And crosses the line with a 1:18.7. So just on the edge of the drop zone there. Nice little margin to Martin Pardacuba behind him on the soft tyre, so looks safe for now. But we've still got Marcel to set a lap. He's coming around the last couple of corners now. We'll see what he can do. DRS open, across the line, 1:20.0. Perhaps a little error during that lap for him. I thought it's definitely a second, maybe 2 to find in that lap. So see what he can do. Looks like he's going again, so I think actually he aborted that lap before the end of that last one. Watch how he takes turn 4. Yeah, nicely done there. Got a bit too much curb perhaps on the entry there. You saw that back end just step out a tad. But still well held. And through 6 and 7. bit of curb there on the inside. You can see how much that can unsettle the car there. Got a bit deep into 8, and you can see how that's just really messed up here. He's line through 9. And 10 not so much, but if you can't get 8 right, it's similar to Canada, turns 1 and 2 there, where you need to get that first corner right to set you up well for the next one. Looks well composed through 12. Nice line into 13 there. And into the pits, so that was an in-lap anyway, not too much to worry about. Want to get in though and back out again if you can. And we'll see how these next guys do. Damien Hartman, I think, perhaps disconnecting rather than retiring. I'm not quite sure. We didn't see his car crash to my knowledge. So, guys in the drop zone so far then. Guido Urshan, Martin Parley-Cooper, Nils Eekma and Marcel Droning. All at threat here of losing out in Q2. Looks like we've got quite a few guys here just really wanting to make that medium stint work there. We obviously know Sildervit, a good qualifier, and indeed a good finisher in the race too. 10th is a bit outside of his usual realms of qualifying, so makes me think he just wants to get through on that medium tyre if he can, but he might have to go for the soft here just to try and secure Q3. And here comes Adrian. Hazzah? Hazzah! I'm still getting a call on on my Xbox, even though you're here. There we go. Bye bye. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Are you back in the game?
Still loading.
Okay. Fingers crossed. Just saying there, so far we've got Guido Urshan, Martin Parley-Cooper, Nils Eekma, Marcel Droning all in the drop zone. Sildervit P10 at the moment, so he's right on the edge, but he's just going out again on some soft, so he should be safe. I think he was trying to get through on the medium tyre. Stick on board with who we got. Marcel Droning's on an out lap. Nils Eekma, we'll stick on board with him. He's P13 at the moment. He's on a hot lap in sector 2. See if he can get himself up. Apparent purple sector there in sector 2, but we'll see if that's the case or not.
What position is he currently in?
P13. Around the last corner. Across the line goes P3. Lovely time there. 1:17.6. Jumps up 10 places. In just one lap. John Donkel there deciding to retire. He's happy in second place at the moment. Martin Parley-Cooper will be next across the line now. He can't improve there. Looks like an aborted lap there, so he starts his flying lap again now. Nicky Visser dropping out. He's happy. And we'll be set to start on the medium. As you said, Adrian, it's definitely a switch to a soft start for the most of the guys here. There's only 5 drivers left on the medium. Only 3 still running. Do you know if Damien Hartman crashed or did he disconnect?
What position?
15.
Couldn't tell you. He's showing as still active in the pit, but that's where he was at the end of the last qualifying session, which is when I was not able to get in. I'm still joining, by the way.
It said you did join.
Okay.
It said Rick Fotuk has joined. Very wide line there for Party Cooper. 13. Comes around 14. It's going to be close. It's not quite enough to see him improve there. That's probably the end of his chances of getting through, unfortunately for him. So he can cut him some slack on his first Grand Prix back. A little bit then across the line here. He goes to P2. That's a McLaren 1-2. In Q2. How many twos can we say in a sentence?
2-2.
2-2.
Anyone around a 2-2? I see Desmond 2-2 around the spectating the race.
See what Kuhn Skippers can do here. It comes round or up the hill through turn 5. What's your least favourite corner of this circuit?
Probably turn 1, only because I don't know how to defend it. I was overtaken twice while on the inside of the corner on the sort of traditional defensive line. So they went around the outside of me, and I tried to defend on the outside, and people just went on the inside of me. So I turn 1 definitely, because I haven't got a clue how to defend on that corner.
I think I mean I can't really offer much say on this, but turn 1's quite wide, isn't it?
Yes.
I think you've got to find your inner B, Adrian. and start. Can I say the word on stream? Inner bastard. You just got to force them off, mate. I think that probably is genuinely the only way, really, unless you can, like you say, get on the inside and just try and get a better exit. Oh yeah, that is a good point you've raised. It's not the easiest one to defend through.
I did once do that in Synergy PWR in season 1 against the legend that is Mike David, and yeah, I got quite a little stick for that, so I stopped doing that. But now I don't know how to defend it. So
we broke you.
Yes.
There we have then Q2 complete. Nisham Hadrasingh sealed of it. Both McLarens on the front row so far. They're first and second. John Donkel third for Toro Rosso. Neil Ziekema fourth for Haas. Baz Dembray in the Alfa Romeo is fifth. Nicky Visser for Toro Rosso sixth. Aston Eagle Mears in the Racing Point 7. Boyd Williamson for Ferrari is 8. Ari Kopp in the Williams P9. And Kuhn Skippers there for Racing Point is P10. Peter Philipp, Guido Urshan, Martin Party Cooper, Marcel Droning and Damien Hartman all failing to make it through to Q3. And in the top 10, it's going to be an even split of soft and medium runners. Baz Dembray, Nicky Visser, Aston Eagle Mears, Boyd Williamson all on the medium. And Kuhn Skippers as well, and the rest are on soft tyre. Are you in now?
I'm not. No, I've got the error code N07.
Okay.
The lobby will be restarted after qualifying. Sander Hermans also cannot get in.
Okay.
It's not being restarted just for me, just so you know.
Lies, yes it is.
To be fair, I could commentate from the YouTube stream anyway. I don't actually need to be in the race. I'll just
be a bit challenging though, wouldn't it? Because I think it's supposed to be a bit behind, isn't it?
Yeah, 22 seconds. Yeah.
Can you still collect your telemetry app to the game?
No, only if I'm in the lobby.
Okay. In some breaking news, I can also no longer see the lobby. Black screen for me as well, and in exactly the same place as it happened last race in Q3. So, could we have not only some more elevator music, but another starting grid decided on Q2?
It's very possible.
Yes, it is indeed. Just having a look at the comments. Who have we got? Ryan Lear in as usual. Good luck all. And Eddie as well, the infamous Eddie from F1 Tonight UK. Adrian always with the updates. Yeah, I know. He says good luck to all. Have an awesome race. Got Methardris saying Hazzah.
That's one of the new. I think that's Aston. I think that's Aston Newcomb.
Oh, very good. Oh, so that's why he's commenting saying, "Man, those Racing Point guys are fast." Damn right. Eddie pointed out that the real world driver names were in the pits on above the garages. That's interesting.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't notice that myself, but I wasn't looking. Zandier saying he can't get in. Eddie saying happy anniversary, boys. Oh, thanks, Eddie. He's saying also check if Nat open or closed. Don't know if that's going to help with either you or me. Oh no, he's talking to Zander in that instance. So it's all going well, and
where's the elevator music?
yeah, we might have to be back in just a second. And we're back at the F1 Tonight Netherlands, season number 7, round 12, the Hungarian Grand Prix. And thanks for putting up with, well, Xbox's and Microsoft's technical issues there. We're back now, though, and both me and the fabulous, the magnificent Adrian Stats Rich. How are you, sir?
Oh, stop it. Yeah, very well, very well. Now that I'm back. We're back, and
we're
hopefully,
back. Both
rolling.
of us back. Yeah. A short break. You think they ran Q3? Is that right, or are we still not sure?
Unconfirmed at the moment. The lobby was running and ran until the end of Q3, but I couldn't tell you if even any drivers was actually in it.
Yeah, that's, we'll wait and see. Obviously, we know that the McLarens were in a 1-2 at Q2, so if they start with a Q2 grid, it'll be those guys at the front. If they run Q3, it won't be that case. We'll see how they go. Quick question for you. Whilst we're here looking at the pit lane, I've just noticed that all the pit boxes have slightly different kind of indicators on there. Mercedes have got 2 big arrows and then 5 lines. Next up, Ferrari, they've got 4 arrows starting with 4 dotted lines. Red Bull have a single white line, nothing in the middle. Renault have many dotted lines. So does Haas. Can't see that far down. Is that just a team-specific thing to help their drivers line up with the pit box?
Well, yeah, they haven't always had that. Of course, they added that so that Lewis Hamilton doesn't get confused.
Oh, okay. I'll see how it is. Doesn't need to get confused when his team's right at the front. Yeah, well, it's the first one in there. Easy peasy. Yeah, interesting. I just noticed that. And
try and get some information about what is happening.
Okay. But there's normally a bit of a wait, isn't there, before we start the race?
There is 5-minute break, yeah, so there won't be any additional qualifying. They look like they're going to run in the order they finished Q2. I wasn't in Q2, so I don't know who's pole.
Oh, here we go. We are 25 seconds, T-minus 25 seconds to lift off. 20 seconds. Just clearing the launch pad. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off. And it's a racing point 1-2. Look at that.
Oh, get in.
Get in, way. So Aston Eagle Mears leads the way on this formation lap. A 1-2 for those guys. Then it's Kuhn Skippers there in second place. Mickey Visser for Toro Rosso is third. And the McLaren boys still in the mix there. Silvervit is P4. And Boy Williamson there, P5 for Ferrari. Nisha Mahadwasing is P6 for McLaren. And Baz Denbrayan in the Alfa Romeo, P7. Ari Kopp doing a good job there in qualifying. He's P8. And John Donkel, P9. And Neil Ziekma for Haas rounding out the top 10. We watch the drivers come up over the crest. I'll stick on this camera angle here because it looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? You see all the drivers around the top of the hill. And there they all are. A few more drivers just coming up the, making up the rear there. So going back to Peter Phillip, he's P11. And Guido Urshan for Red Bulls, P12. Martin Parley Cooper in the Williams. So I just realised that I've got no sound on there. There you go. Williams is 13.
Just had a Renault off. Ferrari off. Boy Williamson just broke the 50-metre sign.
Oh, what's he got against 50 metres, eh? Marcel Droning is Red Bull. He's P14. Then Damien Hartman in the Alfa Romeo is 15. Zander Hermans in the Ferrari 16. Another beautiful camera angle there as we come around turn 13. And Paul Quarry 17 for the Mercedes team. Very Deeper Vein is 18 in the Haas, and Mark Stappers brings up the rear of the grid in 19th place.
Yeah, Damie Hartman, Sander Hermans and Marcel Dronig really out of position there in 14, 15 and 16.
Yeah, interesting to see how they get on after this first lap. So the drivers all line up on the grid to wait for that all-important camera angle. There she is. The lights illuminating. We've got 5. And they're off. And the Racing Points lead away. Aston Eagle Mears, Koen Skippers there getting a good start. Nicky Visser gets 1 place up on Koen Skippers there. He challenges Aston Eagle Mears into turn 1. He takes the lead. Great start from the Toro Rosso. Sildavit slotting up the inside. He gets ahead of both the Racing Points as well. Not a good start for those two. They're down 2 places apiece here. Boyd Williamson slotting in behind Koen Skippers there in 5th place. It looks fairly straightforward there. Great start from Nicky Visser though.
Sander Hermans wide at turn 3. But he's had otherwise a fantastic start as well. And Damie Hartman as well. Both those drivers up 3 places.
Beautiful stuff. Nicky Visser still leads away, but still a bit hounding the championship leader there in seconds. Yeah, both those guys getting a great start. And up the inside of the Racing Points there. And this is just what Nicky needs, really, isn't it? At the start of the race.
Yeah. Spider Cooper's Williams is being controlled by AI at the moment. He's left the session, or being kicked by the game.
Hopefully, he can get back in soon.
Yeah, both Racing Points though down 2 places each, 3 and 4.
Yeah, not a good start from those two, but they're still in the mix there. Aston still keeping on the back of Sildavit's McLaren.
Bless you.
Thank you. I muted the mic there so I didn't startle the viewers. So yeah, Aston's still in the mix there, and Koen Skippers dropping off a bit there, but Boyd Williamson getting hounded here by Nisha Mahadasing up into turn 4. The boy runs a bit wide there.
Paul Correa, the first one to pit in, that is for a new wing course. It's only end of the first lap.
Yeah. Course rejoins P19.
Oh, Mahadasing's off. Mahadasing just lost 3 places there. That was the yellow flag. Don't know if there's damage to that McLaren.
There you go. Let's get the track now.
There are some fantastic aerial shots on this circuit.
Yeah, there are some really good. And Boyd Williamson will be looking to eye up a move here on the Racing Point of Skippers down the start-finish straight if he can get a good exit out of turn 14.
Sildavit just set fastest lap on that second lap. He is P2. His teammate Mahadasing does not appear to have damage on the McLaren, and he hasn't pitted in, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, that's good news. Skipper's getting a great run down the start-finish there, pulling out a bit of a gap on Boyd Williamson. Just worth mentioning to the viewers, I do have an issue with my UI apparently, so you can't actually see fastest laps pop up, or indeed the safety car when it happens. So I'll rely on you, Adrian, to keep us up to date on any big penalties or fastest laps that come around.
That's not a problem. That can be a problem for the drivers, because it also doesn't show the speeding as the speed limit in the pit lane and the point at which you have to adhere to it.
Yeah, that could, hopefully no one's got that issue in the race. Looking at the order then, Boyd Williamson still holds P5. Denbrain, Eekma. Oh, sorry, Denbrain is up 1 place. Eekma up 3 from P10 where he started. John Donkel up 1 place as well. Hadwin getting a bit of a tricky start there. He's down 3 places. Arikop down 2. And the rest of the drivers all benefiting quite well. Damien Hartman's on. Herman's up 3 places as well. Peter Phillip struggles a bit there at the start. He's down 4 places. And Deeper Vein, Stappers both up 2 places as well.
So it looks like it's going to. Oh, it looked like it was going for the
edged out,
lead.
didn't he?
Yeah,
He's thinking about it.
Damien Hartman's just past Guido Urshan, who spun off the track at turn 1.
Oh. Yeah, Damien Hartman goes round. That's it. Did he get tapped? Maybe interesting place to do to the back end there. At turn 1, maybe on the exit of turn 1, but
yeah, it looked like yeah. Well, there was certainly contact between Guido and Damien. Yeah, when yeah, I didn't actually see Damien off the track. I did see Guido off, but yeah, you're quite right. He was also off track and he's further back.
I tell you what, Nicky Visser doing a great job here to defend from Sildavit on the harder tyre, especially on a track that, well, in this middle sector, especially quite dependent on grip, mechanical over aerodynamic.
Yeah. I do have a weather report for this race. It is dry throughout the race except for 90 minutes in, which is going to be the last couple of laps, if that, where there will be heavy rain. Interesting. Which probably means the rain's coming about the halfway point of the race.
Yeah, I'm also just noticing as well, I think the lobby creators perhaps put it on a sunset start time.
I did wonder.
It's definitely not daytime.
Yeah, it's not the official start time.
Will it get dark? If time progression can it go that far?
It does not. The only difference is the only difference is the track temperature is slightly lower.
Yeah.
And obviously the lighting effects, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't get darker than this.
Well, hopefully they've. I suspect turn 4 is quite tricky with that low light. No, actually, it's not too bad. Just on board with Damien Hartman there. It doesn't look too tricky.
Guido Urshan in the pit, so that is a new wing. Well, it's just come out of the pit. Sorry.
Yeah, new set of medium tyres as well.
It's that's not actually too bad in this case, because the medium tyre will quite easily do half of this race. So, presuming he was on a 2-stop strategy anyway, and let's ignore the rain for now. If he was starting on the soft tyre, he would have gone to the mediums and then mediums. All he's done is just taken a few laps off of the soft tyre stint, so he can still do mediums to the halfway point and mediums again to the end without losing too much time overall. So not the end of the world if drivers do have to pit this early on.
Yeah, good point. Kuhn Skipper's getting past his teammate as well, Aston Eagle Miz. I'm not quite sure when he made that move, but he's now up into P3.
I'd have to argue that also was a proper overtake, not a team switch, because it does look like Kuhn Skippers has pretty much exhausted his ERS completely in passing his teammate.
Yeah. And Williamson there getting a much better run through turn 4 than those racing points in front. They look to be struggling a bit on race pace at least. Not falling too far back, but they're not challenging really at the front just at the moment.
Long way to go yet then.
There is indeed.
Still a bit fastest in the first sector by 3/10 over Nicky Visser on this lap. But more ERS as well.
Who's that? Sildavit, sorry.
Sildavit, yeah. Oh, Nicky went wide.
Oh, bit of pressure being applied by the McLaren. He's been looking a bit, on that last lap as well, Nicky looked a bit out of shape through 13 and 14, so perhaps struggling a bit there. So let Sildavit catch up a bit. And
yeah, I think
DRS now.
He should do it quite easily, I'd imagine.
Oh, Nicky brakes late though, gonna try and stick around the outside. And he's defended, won't have the DRS to help, but he's gonna have the inside into turn 2. And can Sildavit get himself alongside into turn 3? No, not quite.
Well defended, defended by Nicky. It can often be actually a faster line around the outside of turn 3, but yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't in this case. What that has done though is allowed Kuhn Skippers with a big lock up there into the chicane. I was going to say it allows the 2 racing points to catch up. Kuhn Skipper's now slightly holding up his teammate.
Yeah, he got a terrible line into turn 8 there, and that, as I was saying in a bit of Q2 there, and I'm sure, or you may or may not agree, it's a bit like turn 1 at Canada is a good example to go to, where that entry into the weight can really mess up your...
Sorry.
That's an eagle miss, getting a bit sideways. well caught there.
Yeah, but Williamson just nipped in there to P4 as well, to capitalise on Eagleman's mistake.
Yeah.
But yes, I completely agree with what you were saying about the Canada chicane.
Yeah, 8 and 9, if you get a bad entry into 8, really affects your line through into turn 9 as well. Nicky Visser losing out, gets a bit of a switchback there on Sildavit, but Sil's got the place made up there, takes the lead down into turn 2. But Kuhn Skipper's now starting to help the pressure a bit, isn't he? Getting in
just a
the
little
mix with the top 3.
I do wonder if the racing points were starting to let the occasion get to them a little bit. You know, that they were they still are doing so well. You know, but they were perhaps thinking about the end of the race when it is only lap 8. I think it was celebrating on that podium.
Yep.
Really important to just maintain focus all the way through the race.
Yeah, fair play.
Scoopers just goes very wide there as well on the exit of what time is that?
Seems to be a big break
13?
happy there. It was 11. On to turn 13 now. Yes, Kuhn Skipper's not safe yet though. Boy Williamson's right on the back of him, and Aston Eagle is falling back a tad. Still got DRS though to keep him in the mix at the front. Williamson having a bit of a look there, just to let Skippers know he's looking to make that move.
Still a bit fastest lap on that lap by nearly 1 second, 0.9. Now that he does have the lead, he's able to make the most of what are left of these soft tyres.
Yeah, indeed. How long do you think they'll last in the race?
Around 12 to sort of 15 laps. They don't do. It does say you can do 20. Jeff will tell you they will do 20 laps if you're sort of sat there in the pit and looking at the lifespan of the tyres. But
yeah,
it'll be 60-65% by that point, and for me that's not really usable.
It's all fairly easy going at the back of the field now, sort of P12 down to the back. Good amount of time between most drivers there. Damien Hartman's starting to close up on the back of Barry Deepervein in the Haas. Just under a second between those guys. Harry Kopp holding off Zander Hermans as he starts to catch up as well, just over half a second between those guys. I think a lot of these drivers are... Oh, no! Skipper's got the inside 5! Oh no! That chunky curb is just the absolute worst around this circuit for just auto spinning your car out. And what a shame there. Skipper's down to P9 from P3.
I think he's escaped without touching the wall there. He's very lucky.
Yeah, just a bit of grass on his tyres and maybe some brown in his pants to show from that one. But apart from that, all okay. That's going to be to the dismay of Nicky Visser, who now sees his championship contender just behind him.
He had a bit of protection, didn't he, a moment ago?
He did, yeah.
Then.
Well, he had even more when he was leading the race, and now he got ever closer, and yeah, now no one between them. bit of a gap now to between Williamson and Visser, 1.5 seconds, but it's slowly coming down.
Look at the sector times. Yeah, Boy is actually losing a little bit of time to Nicky. I think Nicky's responding to that pressure.
Yeah, obviously the issue Nicky's got is he's got one driver in front of him, and that's Sildavit. It won't be a pushover when it comes to getting out of his way.
No.
Aston Eagleman is still keeping with Boy though. And Baz Embrain starting to show his face in the background there as well. Getting in the mix.
This is going to show off the advantage that you have when you are leading a driver. You're able to control the race and control your ERS and fuel management.
Yeah.
As we've got yellow flags in two. Can't see that's.
No, it looks all okay to me on the track map. Yeah.
Oh, Nicky nearly losing it there from the fast left at turn 4. Oh, and just touches the inside curb there as well. That's really going to please Boy behind him.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, just going back to the advantage, you're able to just control your ERS by leading the driver behind you. This track is notoriously difficult to overtake on anyway. The only real place that tends to happen is the start and finish straight into turn 1 or out of turn 1 indeed. Yes, it's still was to some degree holding up Nicky, as Nicky's no longer pulling away from Boy, and he certainly isn't now that he had that little moment. Oh, Peter Phillips is out.
Oh, where have we lost him? That's at turn 11.
Turn 11.
Probably on the,
no, it was the exit of 10. No, exit of 11.
Yeah, let's see if we can get on board. There you go, you can see his car there. Yeah, I guess he just lost that back end coming around that fast right-hander and into the wall he goes. No safety car though.
Not a common place to lose the car, really. You're normally doing sort of 140 miles an hour on that corner, well, 130 or so. So you've normally got enough downforce to hold the car on, especially in dry conditions like this, even if you are full throttle. So yeah, a little bit unusual. Perhaps you got on the grass a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's quite easy to. I mean, if you do go wide there, you normally go quite far wide, don't you?
Yeah.
So perhaps that's what happened to him. I still a bit though enjoying that lead he's got from Nicky Visser. Sorry, Oja.
That's right. I was just going to say, yeah, track limits are quite lenient as well on that turn 11. You can extend the car quite far out to the left off track and it not penalise you.
Yeah, very true. Nicky now within a second. This will be good for DRS down the back straight. Of course, between turn 1 and 2 as well. Get sort of 2 DRS zones for the price of 1 here. I go down the main straight.
We don't often do it this late, but we haven't done it at all because of the glitches and things that we experienced at the start. And I appreciate there is still on-track action going on, so please feel free to interrupt me. But who do you think is going to win this race?
Well, firstly, can I just say I did call Aston Eagle Maze for pole.
Sure you did.
Yeah, absolutely. The winner of this race, I'm going to say Aston Eagle Maze.
Okay.
That's what I'm going for. How about you?
I think my money's on Boy Williamson. I've probably said that about 6 times this season. Still nearly loses it out of 5. He
gets up the inside. Sorry to step on you a bit there, Adrian. Great move there from Nicky though, to at least show his face and get alongside the McLaren. Oh, can he do it here around turn 9? Not quite.
We're just seeing Steele's tyres just fade away now. They're coming towards the end of their life. It's also easy to get a bit complacent sometimes, and not worry about the grip of your tyres, and then it just catches you out like that.
Yeah, that chicane A very easy place for that to happen. Those big chunky curbs can really unsettle the car if you take too much.
Absolutely. Even a slight touch of them,
Yeah.
and that's it. It's so unforgiving. John Donko in the pit as well then, in the Toro Rosso Cup, and Williams behind. 3 runners all were on soft tyres. More than likely all going to be on the mediums and on the 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, indeed. Nicky Visser retakes the lead. Boyd Williamson second. Aston Eagle-Miz third now. In the top 3.
In that notorious season 4 Hungarian Grand Prix, we saw Mark Stappers take the hard tyres for 56 laps of this race. They will do 60 laps, but they are 2 seconds a lap slower than the soft and 1 second slower than the medium. So it might sound brilliant to do so many and not pit, but they actually do lose quite a lot of time by doing that.
A little bit back out on the mediums, and Paul Corey down there on the hards, as you mentioned, in 17th place. It's good to see these top 3 though, or even 4 top 5 for some of the race, fighting so long into the Grand Prix here tonight. 15 laps here, pretty much of just battling for the lead.
That's right. And Coach Gibbs is only 9.5 off of P1.
Yeah.
Despite that quite big error earlier on in the race. When he touched the same curb that Silk touched.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing some good pace in the Racing Point. Obviously still yet to finish a Grand Prix.
Sildovic just passing Marcel Droning into turn 1. Makes fairly light work of him, to be fair.
Yeah, nice and easy. John Donkalari Cop also having stopped now. They're on 1 lap old mediums. And Martin Party Cooper comes in the pits off his soft tyres too. This could be an important part of the race here. Aston Eagle-Miz only 3/10. All that back end stepping right out through 12. And still going to be close enough to keep that DRS. Obviously, the only issue with this is that you get a bit of a DRS train going, don't you?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter if you get it or not.
No. But you will be going faster than you would be if you were in fully clean air, so you can sort of save your energy slightly. But this is really the time where you don't want to be saving your energy. You've got drivers that were ahead of you that have pitted in. This is when you need to be sort of pushing to make the overcut work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, definitely Aston Eagle is getting really close to Williamson now. Through 3 and up to 4. And they all seem to really accordion together again up through turn 5. It's definitely the worst section of the track driving this circuit. You need to just get through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all right, and then you can relax again.
Aston Breen only 3 seconds off of the leader. He's probably got the most clean air of the front runners here. Coach Gibbs as well, though. He's got a bit of freedom. Oh, yellow's in 3.
Might be for Stappers. When he's come around the last corner, I'm not sure. Didn't see it on the track.
No, I didn't see anyone really come a cropper. It's a purple middle sector for Sildovic.
It's good stuff.
6 seconds of space ahead of him. Boy Williamson is fighting with Nicky Visser. This is going to slow both of them down, of course, and give still that advantage. There we go, fastest lap as well, 22.1.
Yeah. And,
we've got cars stopped. That is.
I think that was Stappers. Was he letting them through there? I think that was intentional.
Yeah, I think it was.
Slowing. Oh, Williamson there got really close back to the back of Nicky Visser. Had to sort of dart out the way a bit to stop for himself from hitting him. He got that much of a good run out the exit of turn 5. That brings Eagle-Miz back into the fight. I see Nisham Hadwison getting close to Braid Deep Vein. Up through the chicane of 6 and 7 there. Oh, good exit out of 8. See if you can make a move into 12. Heavy braking zone. Oh, let off the brakes a bit, or let off the power a bit soon there, and let Barry Deepervein get away a bit. Keep an eye on them, see if Madison can make a move down the start-finish straight.
Those yellow flags we're seeing are for Mark Stappers as he lets the faster drivers by.
Let's see, sort of it, yeah, DRS, sorry, Nisham Hadwison, DRS wide open now.
Oh.
And,
oh, sorry, I thought there was going to be a change for the lead. Boy Williams looked like it was going to go up the inside of turn 5, believe it or not.
Oh, nice. Hadwison gets past Barry Deepervein though, go back to the front of the action now. These guys just so close together, it's almost boring at this point.
Dave.
Nothing's happening. Come on, make a move.
Boy Williamson's going to... Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's not. Almost. He teased us.
Thing is, yeah, Nicky's...
Poke him with a stick. Do something.
Nicky's defending just as hard as Boy is attacking. They're both using mode 4 down that long straight with the DRS. Well, in Boy's case with the DRS, and yeah, he just hasn't got enough. Hasn't got a good enough exit on the final corner to make it work. 2 drivers got penalties there. Aston Eaglemires, and I think it was Nicky Visser.
Oh, was that through turn 4?
No, it wasn't Visser. It was Visser. It was Boy Williamson.
Ah.
Yeah, through turn 4. So Nicky has no penalties at the moment. Boy has 1 penalty, 3 seconds.
Den Brain still slowly catchy monkey, reeling them in at the moment. It's gone sub 2 seconds there. He starts to close up on the back of Aston Eaglemires in that racing point.
Den Brain is now under, for the first time, under 3 seconds behind the race leader.
Yep. It's starting to close up. What's the pit stop time in total here?
20 seconds, I believe.
Let's just see. Sort of at 18 seconds behind, so looking good for a bit of a lead if he keeps up the current pace. Is soft, medium the ideal strategy, do you think?
Yes, I would have thought so. Yep. Medium hard is also viable as long as you don't rely on the hards for too much. I probably do more than half the race on the medium tyre, go up to around lap 40, and then the last 30 on the hard tyre.
Okay.
But yeah, that is quite a lot slower than the 2-stop.
Just watching Aston Eaglemires there, got a bit of a deep run through 8. And that's compromised his line through 9, but he looks like he gets that back end step out a bit through turn 4 as well, which I think is costing a bit of time.
Yeah.
Starting to fall into the clutches of Baz Den Brain, who's only less than 1.5 seconds behind now in the Alfa Romeo.
Interesting one for you, Dan. Fastest driver on track on that last lap was John Donkel in 13th place.
Oh, good stuff. There he is. His new mediums.
Second fastest was Baz Den Brain on 21 lap old mediums.
Yeah, that's interesting. He's definitely... Well, he's actually fallen off the pace a bit there, hasn't he? He was closing up on Eaglemires a minute ago. Now he's fallen right off the pace again. It was 1.3 seconds, now it's 2.1.
Egomez is closer to the leaders than he was. Basden Brain is also closer to the leaders, but not closer to Egomez.
Right.
Purple first sector from Egomez as well, actually, that lap. Oh, this lap now.
Yeah, good stuff. Still staying in the mix at the front. So really closing up on the back of Boy Williamson there through turn 12. Through 13 and 14, see if he can make a move down the start-finish straight. DRS for everyone but Nicky. And they all start to close up a bit here, but it's going to be nothing yet again.
I wish I knew how to do that. So I could not defend in that corner. I just could not do it.
Nicky didn't have to defend. Nothing happened.
No, I mean, I just got past like all the time on that.
Oh, right, okay.
That start finish. Doesn't matter what ERS mode I was in, I was getting past. If someone had DRS, that's it.
What I'm going to say is, inner bastard.
Yes.
That'll be my guess. Balls to the wall. Oh, John Donkin and Brady Bavane having a bit of a spat down at turn 3. I don't know who just lost out to who there. I definitely saw some up and down arrows appearing. I don't know if there maybe was just an attempt but no pass, or if John's actually up a place now.
Stand by. John was behind Deeper Vein previous.
Oh, okay. Oh, Boy Williamson there, sort of up the inside, and then went back to the left, and that kind of snap right and left gave Aston Eaglemere a chance to get his nose up the inside, and he did get it alongside the Ferrari, but wasn't quite enough to make a move. That's going to spook Boy a bit, I think. He loses out a bit to Nicky Visser up the front.
Just having a quick look at some of the comments. Eddie's made a point that Sildavit and Niels Eekman both on a fairly good strat here. And yes, indeed they are. Yeah, started on the soft tyre. Looked like they're on the medium tyre, and then looks like they're going to be on the medium tyre again. The rest of the drivers around them, well, certainly the top 6 right now, may be doing the exact same strat, but just in the opposite order. And also we've got that potential rain at the end as well, so they may opt to completely abort the soft stint at the end and go for an intermediate stint.
Yeah. And would you? I mean, would it? The soft medium inters is quicker than medium inters. You would assume.
It is, but there's a bigger risk. Then you're then having to rely on the rain coming soon. If you're doing medium inters, you've got a bit of room. You've got a bit of
Oh, Boy Williamson there. Sorry, Adrian, having a massive dive on Nicky Visser and goes wide at turn 1. So Nicky Visser comes back, takes the lead still.
Not giving up the fight, is he? Does fight hard, Nicky. Boy, sorry. But yeah, but running the medium tyres first, that just gives you that extra cushion if the rain does or doesn't come. So Sildavit's tyres will take him up to around lap 55, by which point he needs to hope that it is raining.
Yeah.
With Nicky and Boy, Aston, Baz, Kuhn, Sander, they can go pretty much up to the end of the race without the rain being present. But of course they will still have to pit for the soft tyres.
Yeah. Alexander Herman's there diving into the pits as well, so that's his medium stint ended. So that's a bit of a short stint on the mediums there, 24 laps.
Yeah, fairly. Yeah. Yeah. Again, he could be planning for the rain. I suspect there'll be a medium set of tyres on now, which there are. Yeah, so he's taken the rain definitely into account.
Mark Stapper's also in the pits down at P18. See what he puts on. Probably some more mediums. Hasden Brain closing up on Eagle Mears is Marcel Droning and Zander Hermans, I think, trade places there. Burning up to P10 now. Vasden Brain really closing up on Aston Eagle Mears now, less than a second between those two. DRS available, but Eagle Mears have the same off of Williamson.
Well, this is going to get Baz closer to the lead, at least, whether or not you know, regardless of whether or not he passes Aston.
Yep.
Just 2.5 is the gap now. Still do it, a new fastest lap. 21.9 on the medium tyres. Obviously pushing like hell to recatch or rejoin the front guys. But he won't really want to push these tyres too hard though, because the harder he does push, the more he's going to have to save them and really hope that rain does come.
Yeah. Zander Hermans gets back past Marcel Droning around turn 1. These two just swapping every lap at the moment. Boyd Williamson coming into the pits now. Off of his medium tyres.
Okay, again, yeah, that's a reasonably early stop. So again, factoring in the rain.
Nice quick stop there for Ferrari. Medium tyres go on. Williamson released to probably rejoin P6. Nice bit of space either side of him. Putting some good laps on the medium tyre now.
It'll be interesting to see then the difference in the strategies. We've got 3 potentially different strategies here. Still de Wit on one strat, starting on the soft tyre, and we'll be trying to stretch these mediums up until the point of precipitation.
Yeah.
Then we've got Nicky Visser on a different strat, starting on the medium tyres, taking these to the halfway point, and then taking the next set to the halfway point or whenever the rain comes. Sorry, to the end of the race or whenever the rain comes. But we'll still have to pit regardless of what happens. And then we've got Boy Williamson, who's doing a bit of a combination of still de Wit and Nicky's.
Nicky Visser in now.
Okay. Okay, so not so different then between Visser and Boy.
We'll see where Williamson comes back out. If he can maybe get the undercut on Williamson. Oh, sorry, on Visser. Visser's in the pits now. And just leaves. Safety car deployed. I've just seen the safety car drive out. What's that for?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's really not going to help Aston Eagle Mears or Basden Breen at all. That's really not what they wanted to see right now. But it is absolutely what Still de Wit wanted to see. And in fact, Boy and Nicky.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out. Yeah, so Eagle Mears P1 now. Boy Williamson got the jump on him because of that slow exit, I presume, that Nicky had to do. Let's let Williamson catch up and overtake him. Just what he needs, of course, with 1 point between them in the championship.
Yeah. So Nicky and Boy have really just had a completely free pit stop. Safety car just happened to come out around the time that they had their natural stop.
Yeah. Very true.
So frustrating when that happens for the other drivers. Ones like Aston and Baz ahead, both of which are coming in unexpectedly, completely expectedly. Unsurprisingly, I was trying to say.
That's the ticket. It's both of those guys going on to the medium tyre now. Their pits right down the end of the pit lane here. In they go. Out they come. Hungary still maintains P2 ahead of Dan Brayan. And gets ahead of Nicky Visser as well.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know how he's done that. Oh, Boy Williamson gives back the place. I guess the pit lane's safe, faster than the safety car, faster than the live track. No, Boy Williamson gets past him again. So I think that is the place to be now. P3. Nicky Visser really losing out big time here. 2 places now.
Yeah. At the bottom of the screen it says Paul Cray is disqualified for ignoring the yellow flag. That is not the case. He has merely unlapped himself. He's unlapped the safety car. He's going to rejoin the back of this pack.
Do we know if anyone crashed out?
No.
Or anyone had an off moment?
I mean, something must have triggered it. I couldn't tell you what it is, but we've got no retirements. And going back to what you said about Boy leapfrogging Nicky, that was just a case of there's no speed. Well, there is a speed limit in the safety car, but in the pit lane, but you don't change that speed limit when the safety car comes out.
Same with Aston, isn't it? He's got the same result for him really as well.
Yeah.
So they all have to maintain a constant speed on track. So whereas Nicky Visser would have normally passed him in that stop, it's not happened this time. It's a sort of bit of a sitting duck now. It's not what you would have wanted, is it?
No. I mean, I did initially say that it actually is what it wanted, because it will be able to re-inherit P1. But yes, of course, Boy Williamson, Aston Igomez, Nicky Visser, and Baz Brian, Goose Skippers, all of them have had pretty much a free stop.
Yeah.
So, that's completely undone any advantage that Sildavit would have had.
Yeah, it would have been about 6 seconds, judging by the gap to the leader before the safety car, which was about 14 seconds. There's a boy safety car in the end of this lap. If I think it's that Guido Urshan needs to catch up onto the back. I think Mark Stappers is mixed up in the order here. Yeah, on grid P5 at the moment. Actually P18, so you'll have to step aside once we get racing again.
There are only 2 drivers who haven't stopped under this safety car, and that is 3 drivers, and those are Sil de Wit, Ari Kopp in 9th, and Sander Hermans in 7th.
Yeah. I guess Sander Hermans got a bit lucky there. He just stopped before the safety car, didn't he?
Yep, very much so.
Safety car in the end of next lap then, I guess. Just waiting for Party Cooper and Quarry to catch the back of the grid.
No, safety car's in this lap.
Oh, it is in this lap. I can't see
Yeah.
So still a bit. Looks like he gets on the gas pretty quick there. Bit of a wide line through 14, but great exit. That's a pretty good gap. 7/10 there. Yeah, lovely restart there from Sildavit. Almost a second.
Coon Skippers has had damage. He is in the sorry, not damage. It's the drive-through penalty.
Ah, okay. That's frustrating for him.
Oh no! It's what is it?
It's actually it's a pit stop.
it's a stop go.
Oh.
With a tyre change and no new wing. But it was only on 2-lap-old mediums.
Yeah, is he disconnected? Has his AI done it?
No, he is still connected. I think I know what's happened. I think he has tried to serve the penalty during the safety car on which he was awarded it, which you cannot do.
Right.
Well, you can do because it just did it, but it changes your tyres.
Yeah.
instead of doing a drive-through.
That's probably gonna certainly mess up his strategy now. I mean, they'll go maybe till the rain comes if we get it early.
Yeah, he will really need that early because these tyres are going to be dead by around lap 45.
Yeah. And Boyd Williamson giving still a bit of stick now. We come around turn 14. DRS available. Great exit from the Ferrari. Sorry, no DRS yet. Down the inside of the McLaren.
Oh, very late on the brakes.
Yeah, he
Too late.
did that a couple of laps ago as well with Nicky Visser. Keeps getting the braking point a bit wrong at turn 1. That's going to let Eagle miss right on the back of him again now.
What it does do, if nothing else, it will at least almost spook Still.
Yeah.
Very close to that curve, boy. The
Yeah,
curve of death.
Playing with fire.
Yeah. I mean, you don't actually gain very much from being right on the inside of that corner.
No. I mean, it just feels faster, doesn't it? So you give it a go.
Mm. Is it worth it? 0.05 of a second for in exchange for the risk of completely ending your race?
Hell yeah.
No, that is balls to the wall.
This is top 5. Masden Brayton starting to get onto the back as well. Mark Stappers has gone to the same point as well as Peter Phillip.
Yeah, both Renaults on the same corner on different laps. Boy Williams has just passed. That's a VSC. Boy Williams has just passed Sil de Vit at turn 1. There were yellow flags showing on the track, but not where he was on the track. And then now, just after he made the overtake, the virtual safety car has been brought out. So that was, believe it or not, a legal overtake.
Yeah, I missed that, unfortunately, but good move from Boy. The tables really have turned now for Nicky Visser, who's leading this race with a bit of gap between him and Boyd Williamson, and now it's gone the other way.
Sorry for my little outburst there. Sil de Vit cruising around the track under this VSC, drove straight over that curb at turn 5 and very nearly lost the car completely.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Aston Brain still within 3 seconds of the leader.
Yeah, there's a real battle for P1, isn't there, really? This group of 5 cars here.
Yeah. You could argue only one is on a different strategy to the others.
Oh, Eagle Mere's getting a bit sideways out of 14 there. Closes down on the back of Sil de Vit now, though. DRS.
Good exit.
Giving him the boost. And he gets up the inside into turn 1. It's one place taken.
Eagle Mears gets the DRS as well out of turn 1 because he was just behind Sil de Vit at the detection point, which is yeah. it's kind of adds insult to injury just as a driver passes you under DRS.
Yes, like Canada, isn't it, where you get that's 2 DRS zones for the price of 1 activation point.
Yeah. That little raise of the wing as they pass, just say, "Yeah, see ya."
Yeah.
Thanks. Guido Urshan pitting in from 17th. That was a drive-through for him.
Who was this? Sorry.
Guido Urshan,
Oh, okay.
17. Yeah, served a drive-through that he was given on 28.
So halfway distance now. And, Boyd Williamson leading the way from Aston Eagle Mears in 2nd, Sildervit 3rd. And cloud cover starting to form now as well.
Yeah, this
Sun
is just past
disappearing.
Sildervit into 1, and a little raise of the DRS wing as well, and he passes.
Yep. So Nicky Visser up another place now, P3 for him.
Still wants that rain now.
Yeah. Yeah, sooner the better. Still quite sunny in Sector 2.
Yeah, he really wanted the rain when he was still in P1. But, it's going to be difficult now, recovery from here.
Yeah.
What could help him is if the rain comes, but it's not quite enough rain, and drivers are tempted to pit onto the intermediate tyres, but it ends up actually being slower than dry tyres, because Sildervit will, of course, still have to pit in anyway. So if he goes onto the mediums and, like I said, it's just a little light drizzle, so not enough for intermediate tyres, then yeah, that could help him quite a lot.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we saw last race, the rain sort of took hold quite quickly there, didn't it? But in Britain, the race before, it was quite a slow affair.
Den Bruyn's now also passed Sil. He's pretty much, I wouldn't say hemorrhaging places, but he's losing a place a lap for the last 3 laps now.
That's not so good. Yeah, definitely those older medium tyres not proving to be as grippy anymore. Oh, he goes round, he's lost it! That's it. Game over.
Crashing out there, it's quite dangerous.
Yeah,
full
safety car deployed. Oh, what a shame. And Kuhn Skipper's there getting a 5-second penalty, severe collision with Baz Den Bruyn as well. Don't know where he managed that, if he was being lapped. How's he managed that?
I have absolutely no idea. Did he? I didn't see it.
I have no idea how that's happened. It's unfortunate for him.
I don't have anything on the warnings page for him for that collision. I'll have a look at Den Bruyn as well.
Paul Quarret disqualified.
Den Bruyn, no penalties.
My game's broken by the looks of it, I think.
Okay, Den Bruyn is in the pit, as is Damie Hartman. So both Alfa Romeos double stacking.
Yeah, really close as well. So Damie's definitely gonna lose some time here, being as close as they come into the pit.
These drivers do communicate with each other during races, so this is planned.
Yeah. Well, not too bad. Onto the soft tyre. Maybe they're just hoping to get a quick run to the rain now then.
That's quite risky from Baz, and indeed from Damie, both on the soft tyres. Yeah, that's quite a big risk, but it may pay off if this rain really does start to come down quick.
Yeah, crossing their fingers for that. Doing their rain dance at the Alfa Romeo garage.
Obviously, they don't want to see it right now, but in about 10 laps time or so. Deepervein as well and Kopp both onto soft tyres.
Yep.
He says he tends to keep an eye on Nicky Visser, because he seems to get these types of situations right pretty much every time these days.
He does indeed.
historically it was always Baz den Breyen was the strategy meister.
Yeah, he's not having the best of runs lately. Here's Baz, obviously off the back of 2 DNFs. At Britain and Germany. We wanted to get back up the pointy end pretty soon. Hopefully he'll be best placed to do that now with soft tyres.
Yes. Indeed. Just while we've got a moment, just having a look back at some of the comments as well. Terry, a regular viewer, he watches both the UK and the NL races. He has just made a note that he thinks the previous safety car, where he said, "Oh, what's that come out for? I didn't see anybody crash."
Yeah.
Thinks that may have been a glitch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I didn't see anyone crash.
No.
There were no yellow flags prior to the safety car, which you often get. The game just decided, you know what? Let's put a safety car in.
Yeah, I think that's the
Spice it up.
case.
Paul Correa doing reasonably well, given the start of his race. He was a lap down, if you remember. He managed to unlap himself under the last safety car. Now in 7th.
Yeah,
but
good comeback.
he is on 10-lap old softs, so these will be dead in probably when the safety car ends. So it may make more sense for him to come in for probably a set of medium tyres. Medium tyres will get him to the end of the race if no rain comes.
Yeah.
Or we could do softs and hope that the rain does come. But the mediums are the safe bet because you're covered either way, whether it rains or not. Safety car is in this lap. I just got a little message from race
Thank
control
you.
one.
On board with Aston Eagle Miz, see how Boy manages to restart here. Saving that ERS for the moment. Bit of a last minute tyre warming. Oh, Aston eager to go here. Eagle Miz by nature, eager to go by racing. And round the last corner, Boyford had got a terrible line through turn 14 there. Must have heard my bad joke and got out of shape. Boy Williamson gets a great run though, almost a second down to the first corner. As Nicky Visser has a little look.
Switch back.
Yeah, not quite. Almost had a look for it, didn't he? And Nils Ekema going around the inside of Zander Hermans there.
Oh, that was a ballsy move from Visser. He's made it into turn 3. Oh no!
Nils Ekema gets... well, I don't know if he was in the wrong place at the wrong time or if Zander squeezed him a bit too much there, but half spun and a bit of red left front wing for him now. I want to get out of the way of his teammate through turn 4 there, which he does.
Physics were pushing him out of the way of his teammate there.
Yeah.
It was a big shame for Ekema. He looked like he was on for some decent points. And he was on actually a similar strategy to what Silva Witt was on at the start of this race. And now both those drivers have, well, one's completely out and one is at the back of this, at the back of the remaining drivers, and will be pitting now.
Yeah. Paul Correa still holding his own just about here on the old softs. But both the Alfa Romeos are eager to make up places now.
Yeah, big difference between 3-lap old softs and 12-lap old softs, and Baz den Breyen's just shown him what that difference is.
Yeah. Yeah, nice move up the inside of Paul Correa. Well, Damien Hart might follow him through there, but didn't quite get the run out of turn 1 that he wanted to make that work.
Hartman is all over the back of him. He's really not giving up
No,
at all.
almost looked like he was going to try and do a move on the outside of 4 there.
Yeah. Still in mode 5 on the ERS, so he's still gunning it.
Yeah. I might want to start saving it now, though. Nope, he doesn't want to.
Shows how difficult it is to overtake. So, you know, Damien Hartman is a very quick driver. I'm not saying Paul Carey isn't, but you know, there's a big difference in the grip levels of these two cars, or these two sets of tyres. And even with the extra grip, Damien still can't get past. Yeah, he's not done himself. He's not done himself any favours.
So Dembrain now on the inside of Marcel, droning probably down the back straight here. No DRS yet, of course. Just outright speed and grip, and the Alfa Romeo gets him round to the inside of the Red Bull.
Three-second penalty for Guido Urshan for multiple warnings. Not having a great race is Guido.
No, struggling a bit, isn't he, down the back of the grids? Obviously down 3 places from the start. Van der Herman's up 12 places though, from 16th on the grids. He's doing well so far. Paul Quarry up 10 as well.
Ryan Lee just commenting on Alfa Romeo's double stack on both drivers, or putting both cars onto the soft tyres. Oh, we've got yellows. That is that John Donkel? I think that's John Donkel.
Oh, I just saw the rain flash as well. So we've got John Donkel round, and the rain coming out.
Yeah, the rain is most definitely present. That could be an inspired choice then from Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, it could be.
As I was just saying, Brian Lee was saying, yeah, it was ballsy to put both their cars on the soft tyre, given the rain was allegedly coming closer to the end of the race, but
yeah,
may have come just on time for them.
Yeah, it's come not long after halfway distance for the drivers. I think Baz would have wanted to make a few more places up than he has done, but still, it's putting him closer to the front.
Yeah.
Than he was.
Now, it's one thing for the rain to actually be present, and it's another thing for the water to actually collect on the surface of the track and make it so that you can't use the slick tyres anymore. It's quite a difference between those two things, and it can take quite a lot of time on some circuits or just in some weather conditions. The rain's just not hard enough.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Nicky Visser to make the call on this one. You know, when he makes the best one.
Weatherman.
Dembrain gets up the inside of Zander Hermans down the main straight. Makes the move before turn 1, nicely done.
Simple move, really. Sander wasn't defending at all. He was in mode 0 coming down there.
I think in the sort of changeover period here, the soft tyre is probably be the best tyre to be on.
Yeah, particularly warmer. Just about worn in soft tyres as opposed to 15, 16 lap old mediums.
Yeah. Just be on the phone to Jeff now, asking when the changeover is. That's the John takes a shortcut there.
John Donkel thinks it is the rain's heavy enough to go for the inters now. I'll keep an eye on his sector times.
Yeah, it might be a bit soon there, John. And Neil Zeekman doing the same as well. Guess not much to lose down the back of the grids at the moment.
Low 30s being set in the first sector for these for the dry runners at the front.
Copy that. Boyd Williamson coming in now. He's made the call. Nicky Visser also in behind him, so you'd expect probably the right decision to make. Igor Mir's also in. Dembrain, Zander Hermans, Damien Hartman, Marcel Droning, Paul Quarre, Skippers. Yeah, they're all coming in now.
Low 30s for the front runners. It's a 48 for John Donkel. Sorry, no, 31.9. I was looking at Nils Ekman. Apologies. He's only just come out of the pit.
Right.
So I think we're just a lap or so before the changeover.
Yeah. It's looks like all the top 4, top 5 have gone in. Oh, sorry, come out as they went in. I think Damien Hartman got held off a bit there. He's down to 8 now.
Particle was stayed out. Particle was still on the medium tyres. Yeah, and Marcel Droning just glides past him.
Yeah. Damien Hartman as well now, around the inside. And Quarry around the outside of turn 3. Let's go for Kun Skippers. He's up to P10 again. So back in the points for a racing point. Up to P9 now as he gets past Party Cooper. Oh, Party Cooper's out. He's actually retired on track. Yeah, at the top of the yeah, he's gone round at the top of turn 5. And he is out, safety car deployed. Again here.
Yeah.
That's another Boyd Williamson's good work there. 4 seconds the lead he had over title rival. Keep this up.
Sorry, I was just going to say, Egomid's got a drive-through penalty, speeding under the safety car.
Ah, okay. It's going to be tricky for him.
But yeah, just going back to Party Cooper, yeah, not the best idea he's ever had to stay out when it's the rain is when it is raining.
Yeah. Yeah, especially now the track is definitely wet.
These are actually my favourite conditions to race in, when the track is just this amount of wet.
Yeah.
Quite like this.
So, we've got probably a few laps of the safety car. Guido Ocean quite far back from the front of the grids.
You know, Dumbrian said earlier on, said a couple of times really, is 3 seconds behind the race leader. Do you know how far back he is now?
Who's this, Dumbrian?
Yeah.
That's about 2 seconds, isn't
he? He's just under 3 seconds.
Yeah, very nice. You know, to the pits now. What's he going on to? The intermediates.
Was it the intermediates?
The medium-mediates, yeah. The intermediums. I think when back when Pirelli got a bit mental with the amount of tyres available, I'm sure they had intermediums. And they had the hyper soft, the ultra soft, the mega soft, the super hard, the supreme hard, the mega wets. Well, they had an absolute field day with the tyre names that year.
Do you remember the old monsoon tyres? Remember those?
Yeah. No, I don't.
From the, I think they were from the mid-90s, late 90s.
What was that for Japan?
Yeah.
Monsoon tyres. Wow. What, they had paddles on them or something?
They did feature in a game. They were in F1 97.
Nice. Coming in for the monsoon tyres.
Yeah, none of this, white visor back then.
Yeah, and red flags for the monsoon. No, we're just putting the monsoon tyres on and getting right back out there.
That's when real men raced.
Yeah. Monsoon tyres. Unbelievable.
I'm not making that up.
Does the safety car go around at a slower speed when it's wet? Do you know?
Yes. What do you think's driving it? Is Jorna Lacey?
I reckon the driver must be a racing experienced driver.
Yeah, normally they do have. Yeah, they have. Yeah, I don't know if they always have the same driver of the safety car every race, or if they have a guest safety car driver. Is that a thing?
I've done no idea. Felipe Massa in today to drive the safety car for us. That's like starting to Price car. Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson come down and do an interview. Oh, that would be quite a fun little segment actually. You can get a guest in a safety car for a Grand Prix and see how fast they can get the grid around the circuit.
Harry Cobb in the pit now. His tyres are only 3 laps old, so I wonder if there was a small collision.
Maybe.
End garage. Oh, he's having a stop-go. And it is a new wing as well.
Lovely, lovely jumbly.
Theory, the safety car could be out here indefinitely. For drivers fullback, rejoin the pack, fullback again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess eventually it will just go in, won't it? Regardless of who's at the back of the pack.
Yeah. Normally it tends to wait until everybody is in that pack. It doesn't always do that. I think it can only do that for so many laps, unless the rain is exceptionally heavy, in which case it would just stay out almost indefinitely. If you remember, Dan, there was a Synergy race. I was either commentating or racing in it. I can't quite remember. I think I was commentating actually with James, and safety cars just stayed out for, it must have been 10, 12 laps, something like that, because the rain was just so bad.
I don't recall. I've got a crap memory, honestly. But yeah, do you know what circuit it was?
Yeah, Monaco.
Monaco. I guess season 1, was it?
Don't know. It might have been 2.
Safety car in just now. There she goes. Boy Williamson leads away.
Yeah, apologies. I definitely didn't get the message.
Gets a second ahead of Nicky Visser down the straight. And those two putting out 1.3 seconds on Aston Eaglemere, so a good start from those guys at the front.
Got a little update on the safety car driver, by the way.
Yep.
Gentleman called Niels van der Putten has said, I think it's Hulkenberg in the safety car, thinking, I don't race anymore, so you can't race either.
Yeah, very possible.
Williamson then pushing quite hard from the lead on the safety car restart. Should put away a second from Visser, his championship rival, former teammate.
Yeah, good restart from Boy there. Put out a nice gap already.
He's a little bit tentative, but I think he's going to be picking up the pace. Egomez is serving his drive through from earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Very deep vein in the pit as well. His tyres are only 4 laps old. Maybe a drive through as well for him. Didn't see anything flash up.
All got a bit of wheels up for the racing points.
They were amazing in the first third of this race.
Yeah. They were, and in qualifying as well. Well, Nicky Bliss is starting to reel him in now though. Less than a second again. Between those two at the front. 20 laps remaining. Tricky thing about rain at a track like this is you don't really get much overtaking once it comes.
No, and there already wasn't very much overtaking, or
No.
isn't normally at Hungary
flick
anyway.
over, watch the news and come back at the end.
What we could do is put a little timestamp just at the end of the Grand Prix.
Yeah. Just to say this is where all the fun stops and then just here's the results. Oh, saying that though, Kuhn Skippers gets on the outside of Hazzah.
No, Mahadra went on the inside of Paul Craig. Paul Craig lost 2 places there on that last corner.
Oh, lovely. Gets a bit of grass on his wheels there as well, down the start-finish.
He must have had a bit of dog muck or something on him and just wiped on the grass to get rid of it.
I think dog muck, a good definition of his race so far.
It's a little bit harsh, but yes, I know what you mean.
It's certainly better than ones of recent.
Recent memory.
Yeah. Ooh.
Doesn't look comfortable in these conditions. I think his setup might be, you know, a pure dry setup.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think I probably would have done the same, given how late it was supposed to come.
Yeah, agreed. You never can rely on the weather report at the start of the race, let alone the one. You know, after qualifying, they have a different report, don't they? They have like the 7 time periods of the race.
Yeah.
And different weather for each of those 7 periods. But yeah, if it says it's coming in the last one, you can pretty much bet it's coming right in the middle.
Hmm. Yeah, very true.
So we've had it before where it's supposed to come in the middle of the race, according to that thing, and it comes during the formation lap.
Yeah. Yeah, not the most reliable source of information.
Boy Williamson still has that 3-second penalty. Don't forget, so as long as Nicky can remain within 3 seconds of him, he will still win this race. Hasn't necessarily got to overtake him to win.
Nicky Vista this is, yeah?
Boy Williamson has the penalty, so
Yeah.
Nicky will win, yeah. Oh, hang on. I take that back, I think. Because Nicky's also got a 3-second penalty.
Oh, okay, so even Stevens at the front then.
As Den Brian has 1 warning on the first lap, 1 warning on the second lap, and no more since. So don't rule him out for a victory here.
Yeah.
It's only 4.9 behind the leader.
He's definitely in the mix. But definitely more spread out now than it was in the dry. There's only real 2 contenders at the moment. That's the 2 at the front. And the 2 championship contenders as well at the moment.
two of the most experienced drivers in this league as well. Both been here since I think since season. Boy Williamson since season 3, and Nicky since season 2, I believe.
Yeah, OGs in the F1 Tonight world.
Absolutely.
Coon Skipper's there looking like he was going to make a move on Damien Hartman into turn 2. Certainly challenging the Alfa Romeo of P6.
Over 200 Grand Prix between these two drivers.
That's a lot of racing.
It certainly is. Oh, that's a yellow. That's the Nagelmeirs.
That's the Nagelmeirs is out at turn 10, or between 10 and 11. Wow. Wouldn't put money on that one happening. The safety car out again.
Yep. What's this? Safety car number 4?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 4.
You also had 4 in the UK race.
Yeah.
Oh, I noticed earlier on Terry said there is no safety car, but that's because it's showing on your screen as there is no safety car.
Yeah.
But there is a safety car.
There you go, it's there now.
You can't see the.
I have to refresh my
flags.
UI to get it to come up.
Ah.
But it still won't show the safety car coming in bit. It just shows
Okay.
what it wasn't showing. Like I have to refresh it.
It just shows what's happening right now as opposed to what
Yeah.
is going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you there was a safety car.
Yeah, indeed.
Sanders can still sneak a win here.
Yeah, I think he can taste the cowboy pie, can't he? That one probably more suited to the US Grand Prix, but we'll use it now anyway.
Go on in. Say it.
What?
He can.
Taste the cowboy pie! You know someone else likes cowboy pie as well? Amanda Holden.
Oh yeah. Oh, I heard that as well.
Big fan of cowboy pie.
Okay. That day we eat your eye out.
Oh, absolutely. You thought it was anyone that liked it. No, it turns out Amanda Holden, big fan. Does Dan Brayton got penalties as well?
No, he does not. He has 2 warnings, which he got on the first and second lap, and nothing at all since.
Ooh. It's all to play for.
I don't quite know how heavy this rain is going to get. Those clouds do really look very black to the sort of right of where they are now, just ahead of them.
Yeah. I'm seeing bits of blue though. I think it's probably just going to stay. Did they say heavy rain at the end or light rain?
Yeah, heavy rain.
Well, well, well. We shall see boys safety car in the end of this lap, hopefully.
This is the 4th Grand Prix in a row in the Dutch League where there has been mixed weather conditions.
Where there has? Yeah. Just can't get enough of the rain, can we?
No,
So it's either mixed or full rain. That's the Nagelmeirs there getting a drive-through penalty even though he's out the race. according to my screen.
Coming in.
So penalising him even though he's out.
Is he just running through the pit lane?
Let's see how Boyd Williamson handles this restart. There he goes. This exit now through 14, all important. Mickey sort of keeping with him there. Still good exit though from Boyd. Just over half a second the gap. We're going into turn 1. Oh, Davey Hartman going a bit deep there. Oh, Kuhn Skippers has gone round, all the way round. And he's going to be right to the back now.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, bad to worse racing point.
I don't think I've ever seen one team fall quite so hard in one race like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty harsh.
But you know, on the positive side, they have clearly got the pace to win.
Yeah, definitely. It's very true. I was going to say take that away with them.
John Donkel and Paul Carey battling in P9 and 10.
Yeah, pull around the keeping the inside line into 13. Now John Donkel's to the inside for 14. Yeah. Oh, good bit of side by side from these two.
Lovely.
A bit of slipstream there, some ERS for good measure. And down the inside into turn 1.
I think he's falling off a little bit again after this safety car restart, but he has got completely full ERS.
Yeah. Maybe saving it for... I don't know what for.
For a
There's not long to
rainy
go.
day, do you think?
Maybe, yeah. I'd say get a wiggle on, mate. You've got penalties to work out there.
And of course he will be under pressure from Visser and Hermans as well behind him.
Yeah, yeah. Skipper's there passing Ari Kopp down the back of the fields. He's up to P13.
Under Hermans also has 0 penalties. He's 4 seconds behind the leader.
It's Hermans, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a good spot at the moment. For a bit of a podium.
Yeah, it's entirely possible for Dumbrian and Hermans to get 1-2 here, with Boyd Williamson likely third because of those penalties.
Yeah. See how it plays out. 12 laps to go.
Tell you someone who isn't saving their ERS, that is Baz Den Brain. he was really gunning it on that last lap.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Set of 32.0, driver ahead of him, Nicky Business set of 32.1. But Boy Williamson just set a 31.3. He's the fastest man in the current conditions on that last lap by 7/10.
Yeah, great stuff.
Seems to enjoy the rain.
Yeah. Yeah, good to see touch wood, Baz back on form. Yeah, Boy Williamson just definitely enjoying it up the front. Nice gap being built.
Who did you pick for the winner?
Well, it doesn't matter now, does it? Because he's crashed.
Oh, oh yeah, Eagleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew who you picked. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make you say it again.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I genuinely forgot.
You picked Boy, didn't you?
I might have done.
Yeah.
It's still not. It's not guaranteed. It's very, very close. Mainly with Baz. That's only three and a half. 3.5 behind Boy. He only needs another half a second on him, and he's technically ahead of him.
Lenny Hartman very close to Marcel Droning at the moment. Dealing close up through sector 2. Nice run through 11. I bet he'd love some DRS right now.
I bet you would.
Just Marcel got a better exit there.
It's one track when you definitely don't want a DRS failure. I know it's not relevant now, but yeah, Hungary. There's only one place to overtake, and it's that start finish.
Yeah, start finish, maybe into 2, and then maybe 12, and that's about it.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, a better one. Ooh.
Yeah, so I just kicked my boom there. Damien much closer now to Marcel. Oh, great line through there. Up the inside into turn 8. Beautiful.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's turn 1, 2,
8.
8. and 12.
Yeah.
You can overtake.
Yeah, great move.
Damien must have heard us and taken it as a challenge.
Yeah. Up 10 places now.
Skip is right behind Guido. out of the final corner. It may pass him.
Let's see. Goes to the inside. A bit late on the brakes. Not quite enough. Guido keeps it held around the outside. Well done. Yeah, Nicky's starting to reel in Boy at the front. Less than 2 seconds now, the gap.
Yeah, Baz has fallen a little bit away from the leader as well. Now 4 seconds away. He was 3.5 previously.
Yeah, that Alfa Romeo a bit squirmish there through a turn 11 as well. Brings on Hermans to within a second.
Oh, Baz was falling away because he was saving ERS. It's just saved it.
Oh, okay. Alexander with a 100% moment. Skipper's still hunting down Urshan as well. Ooh, that back end going out again at turn 1, almost lost it in the same way he did earlier. That keeps Takara on track.
Fair play to Skippers because he's had a very up and down race, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still going, and he's still actually in with a shot of at least a point. If you can, what's the gap now? It's 5 seconds to Correa, but Correa doesn't look too stable or comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. It's always worth sticking around rather than just throwing the towel in.
Interestingly as well, Skippers is the only driver to be currently under fuel target at the moment.
Ah. Bit easy to save the fuel in the wet, isn't it?
Yes.
Guido got really wide. Sorry, Adrian. Guido really wide through 13, wide through 14 again, and Skipper's almost got around the inside of him at 14 there, but Guido got a good exit in the end and kept P11. Oh, now Skipper's up the inside. It's a funny little line to take into that corner, but doesn't quite work. Guido keeps P11.
Yeah, Guido defended that well, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it was a good job.
Oh, yellow's in 2. Who's that? That's Nisha Mahadra's thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's in the wall.
He's gone all the way around, yeah.
It's at 5, isn't it?
Yeah. Some bad wing damage there. Knocks the rear wing for good measure. Good thing he can't knock that off. Limps home.
Skipper's definitely within chance of a point then, because now all he's got to do is overtake Guido.
Yeah. Well, Guido's definitely putting up a fight for it. Marcel droning a good race from him so far. P8, sorry, P6, up 8 places. So a decent haul for Red Bull.
Yeah, far from his best ever race now, but
yeah.
It's still one that he's picked up, solid points, 8 points, in, for P6.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a sign of a good driver, isn't it? To be able to still perform well at circuits that you don't normally do well at.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or don't necessarily enjoy racing it.
That consistency, isn't it?
Yeah.
The aim of the game.
Oh no, what's happened to the shippers? Something has definitely happened to the shippers.
Did he go round? Oh, yeah, left side of his wing there, completely gone.
No.
I can only assume he's had a bit of a moment at turn 1 again.
Yeah.
And that's going to really hurt him now in the wet as well.
Oh yeah, no, and Guido is P13. They they were fighting for 10, weren't they?
Oh, so do you think they'd probably come into each other at maybe at turn 1?
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
imagine
Guido
so.
goes
Sorry,
way off
apologies
there.
for missing that. Yeah, Guido's right end plate missing, and was it Skipper's left plate?
Interesting. Guido can Skippers has lost his whole left side of the wing, so he's got to stop. But you would have thought Guido can carry on. I don't know why Guido's not going for it. Maybe Guido took Kuhn Skippers off, and he's kind of let him out of the place.
Possibly. It does look like there's a hell of a lot of understeer on Guido's Red Bull though, like loads.
Yeah, I don't know why it's as bad as it is if he's only lost an end plate. Both those guys in though.
Guido may be running quite a stiff suspension, so he's relying more on the aerodynamic grip than mechanical grip. I'll be running quite a high front wing, and with a piece of that missing, it's going to make a big difference.
No, they've not. They replaced it. Yeah, they have. 2 seconds almost to Nicky Besser and Boy Williamson. 3 laps to go.
Is a bit of an interesting one for you. There'll be no point for the fastest lap at this race.
Is that because the person holding it's retired?
No, the person holding it is still in the race. It's Kuhn
Oh, they are.
Skippers. It was a
Oh, okay.
20.0, and that was on the soft tyre. So we're definitely not going to get anywhere near that before the end of the race. And he's definitely not going to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, no point for fastest lap here.
Yep.
Niels van der Putten has just said, forget my Hulkenberg theory, it's Vettel who drives the safety car. That's the only way he will drive a Mercedes on first place.
Yes.
Brian is now 6.2 behind Boy Williamson, so unless Boy and Nicky both get another 3-second penalty and Baz pulls his finger out a little bit, he's definitely not going to win this race. It did look like he was in with a solid, a genuine chance. He was only 3.5 behind the pair of them.
Yeah. Has Baz got any penalties?
Baz has none, no. Just still those 2 warnings from the first and second lap.
Yeah, wants to be careful so he doesn't get any more then.
Could potentially lose 2 places if he just gets 1 more warning.
Yeah.
Apparently, Eddie seems very excited or very pleased with himself that he called Boy for the win. Race isn't over yet.
Yeah. Oh, Baz Den Brain getting a bit sideways through 11 there. So let Zander Hermans close up a bit there at the end. Are really reeling in Boy Williamson now, less than a second to the Ferrari driver. 1 lap to go, or 2 in fact, laps to go. This could be down to the wire between Nicky and Boy. And just over half a second between them. Final lap then, and Boy Williamson leads the way for the moment, just over half a second ahead of his championship rival Nicky Visser. And at the moment it'll be a 6-point advantage for Boy with this result. £228 points I think he'll be on if he wins this.
Only 1 point between these two drivers, isn't there?
What's that?
There's only one point between them in the championship at the moment.
Yeah, only 1 point. So Boy Williamson then round the final corner, up from P5 to P1. He's done a great job to hold Nicky at bay. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. And Nicky Visser just behind him, he finishes P2. That's the best result he could have hoped for there, besides first. What he needed to do to keep within reach of Boy in the championship. Baz Dembray in third for Alfa Romeo, and Zander Herman P4 for Ferrari. Dami Hartmann 5th in the Alfa Romeo. Marcel Droning is P6 in the Red Bull. Nils Ekema 7 for the Haas. John Donkel is P8 in the Toro Rosso. Paul Corre, good result from him. 2 points towards Mercedes in P9. Brady Bavane crosses to take the final point. Just ahead in the end of Ari Kopp. I think Ari had a penalty though, that's why he's finished 3.5 seconds behind him. And, a bit of a ways to go. Nisha Madrasingh finished 3rd. Kuhn Skippers, I believe, 13th. And Guido Urshan 14th in the Red Bull.
Oh, Madrasingh's just lost it on the exit of turn 13 on the final lap. Not that it makes much difference.
A bit of last minute action. Oh no, Skippers finishes 12th in the end. After a penalty to Mahendra Singh. There you go then, the podium sitters. Boy Williamson winning the race, Nicky Visser second, and Baz Dembray in third in the Alfa Romeo. So Boy Williamson reclaims the lead, championship lead here tonight. Boy Williamson then first, Nicky Visser second, Baz Dembray in third, Zander Herman fourth, Damien Hartman fifth, Marcel Droning sixth, Niels Eekma 7, John Donkel is P8, Paul Correa in 9th, Brady Pavane 10, Ari Kopp 11, Koen Skippers 12th, Nisha Madelsing in 13th, and Guido Ocean 14th. Aston Eagle Mears, Martin Parder Cooper, Sildavit, Mark Stappers, Peter Phillip, all failing to finish tonight's race, unfortunately. And me and Adrian have agreed, driver of the day, Nico Hulkenberg! No, it's actually Zander Hermans. So congratulations to him, well done. From where did he start? 14th?
No, he started 16th and got
16th.
No penalties as well. Finished,
Bloody hell.
Finishing 4th. So.
What a drive. Well done to him. So he is driver of the day. I would put his name tag up on here, but I can't. Hang on, no, I do not. I'm going to do it. I can find it right now and put him up on there. Just give me 1 second, just while we sort this out. Here we go. Here he comes. Are you ready? There he is. I'm just gonna pop him in the middle there. There we go. Zander Herman's driver of the day. Well done to him. And the guys readying up for Belgium, which are about to start now. So get buckled in for 44 laps around there. Don't know why we always do this in this lobby. They've always got the next race lined up. Of course, thanks to everyone for watching this race. And next week we'll be back for Belgium. F1 Tonight UK will be doing it first on Tuesday, 7:30 PM BST and 8:30 PM CEST. And Drivers' Championship pretty hot. Sort of second to third. Dylan's won it pretty much. So 236 points. Ignore that. It's there's sort of Formula 0.5 going on, and then there's Formula 1 from second down. So Sean Street only 3 points ahead of Phil Harris, so pretty tight fight for those guys. So tune in for that next week. And only 33 points in it between Ferrari and McLaren in the constructors too. So that could all switch around with a good result from either team. And Red Bull, of course, doing a brilliant job there with 329 points. So well done the constructors as well, guys. And then, of course, back for Spa-Francorchamps next week. 44 laps of that 7-kilometre circuit. Iconic, massive, huge, through the woods. And then, yeah, bring some waffles.
That's right.
And,
the Ardennes Forest.
Absolutely. Make sure to follow us on our social medias and give us a little like and subscribe on YouTube as well. Hope you've enjoyed the race as always. And until next time, anything for you to add, Adrian?
No, nothing from me. So it's I'll let you do the honours.
Absolutely. So that's it from me. So as always, one massive Hazzah! And we'll see you next week.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Oh, there we go. All done.